Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Frostpunk. In the last episode we realised we had a bit of a housing crisis. I noticed that people are quite sick as well, so we've got 33 homeless people, we've got 4 sick people. Let's just pause while we take stock. So we've got 3 sick people now, 10 people in treatment, and we've got 1 amputee, so he's prohibited from work at the moment. We've also got a little pop-up here. So, survivors reach the city. Sir, a group of survivors has reached our city. They are tired, they'll need a place to rest, a bite to eat and perhaps some medical attention, but they are ready to lend a hand however they can. Okay, so that's why we have homelessness. So, let's just tackle that first and foremost. We've got enough wood to build a couple of shelters. That shows us the heat areas, I think. Yep. So we could build more tents around the heat there. How warm is everyone? Everyone's quite chilly, but that's not too bad. Too bad at all, actually. So let's have another 3 tents, should do the trick. 1 in there, 1 in there, 1 in there. We'll have a little road to connect them up. Okay, let's start again. Right, so it's all going quite well. We've now got lots of spare people, so I wonder whether we should have another medical post. Oh geez, we've got no food. When are the hunters coming back? We need to do something about the food situation. More scouts is not going to help, so we're going to need another hunter's hut. We've just spent all the wood in the tents. Oh. We'll get wood first thing tomorrow morning. And the sawmills are up and running. It's a bit chilly working in the sawmill. They're likely to get ill working there. Not much that we can do about that at the moment, unfortunately. We've got enough coal to keep us ticking along, so that's good. So let's just race through to the morning. Hopefully we get some food in sooner rather than later. There should be hunters coming back with food, I would imagine. Agnes Perival wonders why we're struggling. Jane's got a bit more of a positive attitude, at least we're alive. That's right, Jane, we're alive. So people are starting to get hungry. Hopefully the hunters will be returning. Right, so we're producing soup now, so that's good. We should just send people out to work, even if they risk getting a bit chilly. It's going to be slightly warmer today. Yep, temperature's increasing up to -30. So, how does that affect? Ah, so it's perfectly comfortable in most of these places now. Just a bit chilly out at the sawmills and at these gathering posts. So you're picking through the coal there. We're going to need a coal thumper at some point to thump some more coal out to the surface. Hunters have come back with some food and that is being converted into food rations, so that's good. Temperature will drop again, but we've got another 4 days of relative warmth, if you want to call it that. Okay, everyone's quite happy. I think maybe another medical post would be useful. What was the other thing that I wanted, but I could have another hunter's hut. Yeah, the food is very low. I think we will want another hunter's hut. Where to put it? I think that stays operational. No, maybe not. Let's not put it too far away from the generator. In there, maybe? Looks like a good place for a hunter's hut. Or actually that kind of fits nicer, doesn't it? Let's put it there. a little road to connect it up. So the law is on cooldown because we signed soup. Luckily we don't need a cemetery yet. I can see it going that way though. A lot of sick people. And do we still only have one? Do we still only have one medical bay? If that's the case, we should probably have another. Where is the medical bay? Ah, it's this little fella. So that's nice and toasty in there. I think we should probably have another medical bay. Tuck it in there next to that generator. Not generator, the little steam hub. Yeah, let's do that. Still feel that we're short on wood. I mean, these are all manned. Okay, we can now deploy an additional scout team at the beacon. Okay. Let's have another scout team that's going to use even more of our wood. And where can you guys go and scout? There's a crash site here. Or the observatory. Let's go to the observatory, so you can head there, you get there in 20 hours, off you pop. Where's the hunter's hut? It's getting built there. Building the medical post. We're actually okay for coal at the moment. I'm not going to worry too much about coal. So we've got both these gathering posts on coal. Probably need to try and get ourselves some steel though. So there's a steel wreckage there. I'm going to go ahead and just assign people to work in the steel wreckage. It's only minus 30. How cold is it really going to be there? It's quite cold. Maybe I'll just build them a little gathering post. Just there. So I don't need to build another road. I can always dismantle it when we're done. Another hunter's hut. A bit low on workers. Yeah, we'll just assign the workers that we can at the moment. Gathering post resources depleted because a coal pile has depleted, so has that freed up some workers to go in the new hunter's hut? No. Ah, you guys are still in there even though there's nothing to gather. So come out of there, get some of you into the hunter's hut. A lot of people in treatment, which is good. Better if they weren't sick in the first place. Technology. Okay, what did we finish? Ah, we got the drawing board, so we can either get the generator power or range upgrade. Oh, okay. Interesting. More scouts, we've done that. So we can either do coal mining, which gets us quite a lot of coal from the looks of it. That sounds pretty useful, though coal's not a problem yet. What does the wall drill do? Ah, it gets us more wood when the trees run out, okay. You know, a steelworks, if we want to start building the higher tech materials, the higher tech buildings, that steelworks might be the way to go. The hothouse as well, as we're struggling with food, the hothouse could be a shout. Yeah, I'm going to go for the hothouse. Medical post upgrade would be good. Only heals the sick 10% faster, doesn't seem worth it. A bunkhouse would give us a bit more protection from the cold, but I don't think we necessarily need that upgrade just yet. So let's go for the hothouse. Wonder what is the advantage of building another workshop? Does that speed up the research rate? Yep, 100%. So I'm guessing we can get up to 200% or something like that. So let's have another workshop because we've got plenty of engineers sitting around. Let's have another workshop. Guess that can just go there. Plenty of people sitting around that could be building that. We can potentially just demolish this gathering post. Some of the resources back. And we need to assign people, to assign children, sorry, to the gathering post there to get the steel. Okay, I feel like it's under control. We've got 2 people hungry. Nobody is sick that's not being treated. We can pass a new law, but I don't know that we need to just yet. We can either have extra rations for the ill. We're a bit short on food, so that doesn't sound like a good idea. Or we can have overcrowding, where we can crowd more people into the medical facilities. But we don't necessarily need to do that at the moment either, so that would be wise. The care house. The gravely ill and amputees will be cared for at low cost in special homes. So it allows us to build the care house. The gravely ill are kept alive in care houses and no longer burden medical posts. Residents of care houses eat half as much and hope will rise slightly. I don't see what the downside to that is. Let's have a care house, yeah. That's increased hope. Scouts have reached the sturdy shelter. The shelter is well supplied and built to withstand even the worst weather. An advanced steam heating system protects it from the cold, so we can get wood, food rations and steam cores. The trail leads to another city. The shelter is comfortable and well equipped with emergency supplies. There's a notice posted by the heavy round door to all scientists. If you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This means there's another city out there. A signpost by the trail points in 2 directions. London 1934 miles, home 27 miles. So we'll take the resources. That's lots of wood, that's lots of stuff we need. Food rations, wood and a steam core, so take them. And now you're carrying the resources, so you need to head back to the city. Lovely, that's a lovely little boost for us. That's been dismantled. So let's think ahead. I feel like we want to go down the route of getting some... Food is a problem for us. Our population's grown, we're at 144 people. And people are getting hungry, there's no food to cook up. So we want to build the hothouse when it's researched. Want to put some more engineers in there. You don't have any more workers to go into that hunter's hut, unfortunately. Wonder who have we got available? Just engineers available. So what if we took... Oh, there's only children in there. We seem to have a worker shortage, so what if we took you guys off and replaced you with engineers and then put you workers into the hunter's hut? Resource Management 101. Why are those lazy children not cooking that one raw food? Plenty of coal. Wood's okay. Might be an idea to build another place to keep our resources at some point. The care house. Half rations. Do we want the care house to be nice and warm? I think we probably do. It does have a decent amount of heating by itself. It slots in there quite nicely. Don't want all the people in the little care house dying if it gets too cold. I think we'll put it in there actually. Let's put it in there, nice and close to the people. So they can visit other sickly relatives. And a resource depot so we can store more coal for the inclement weather conditions that we're bound to face. So I think these can be placed quite far away. Don't see any reason to have them too close. There's an important facility can go there, so I don't want to block that. I don't really want to put it in the heat zone. Maybe I'll just put it out here. There are some trees here. And there are some coal deposits over here as well. You know what, maybe I'll just put it right at the end of the road there. Okay, so no problems, everything's ticking along. People will be happy when we build the care house. We've got resources on the way, we've got another scout group out looking around. It's the middle of the night. Promise fulfilled, hope rises. Look how hopeful my people are. They don't like the soup. That's really their only problem. A couple of them are a bit peckish. There should be some hunters returning with their catch now that it's the morning. It's a bustling little city now, isn't it? I don't know that these steam hubs actually need to be switched on. It's keeping everything livable, which I suppose is a good thing. Some places are even comfortable to work in. So what's the research rate now? It's 0% because they're not at work yet. I see, having the extra workshop increases the research rate by 30%. Not too shabby. Okay, the scouts have returned with a load of wood and some much needed food and a steam core. So that's why we need the additional resource depot, because we've almost maxed out on wood now, which was always a possibility given how many sawmills we've built. Do we have 2 or 3 sawmills? 2 sawmills there, another sawmill there.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
There is plenty to do. Reluctant to send anyone out working just gathering through the coal piles by themselves, because they're bound to get a bit of frostbite and that's just going to give us more problems. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. So we've got 10 children here in the gathering post. Getting the steel wreckage. Steel seems to be an issue now. Maybe the next stop should be some kind of steel refinery. The steel works. Now I wonder, does that need to be placed next to the steel deposit? Seems to be the only steel. Yeah. Generator upgrades, we might need to think about them if it gets really cold again. So it's going to drop back to minus 40 degrees in a couple of days' time, but for the moment it's relatively warm. Not much going on, so let's just speed this up. We've got no raw food, but we've got plenty of food rations. Little worker ants round there. Hothouse is researched. Okay, great. So we definitely want a hothouse. It takes a steam core hothouse. Okay, how hot does the hothouse need to be? It's got a base heating level of 1. Same as the cookhouse, but worse than the hunter's hut, so it needs to be quite close. Would it be nice actually to have it out there, like in the inner circle. That doesn't quite fit in there. Gets the benefit, if I place it there, it gets the benefit from the steam, the little steam hub there, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it out there, grow ourselves some veggies. Ah, you can only store one thing, I see. I'll store the wood then. Because that's what we're closest to maxing on. We have just used our first steam core. Steam cores are a necessary component in advanced technology. We can't manufacture steam cores in the city, so let's hope that our scouts find them during their expeditions. Sure, we'll come across plenty of those. Okay, what can we research now? I'm not worried about getting the extra heat just yet. There's nothing to do there. We've got the hothouse. The medical post upgrade doesn't seem worth it. The bunkhouse won't be necessary just yet, because it's not going to be too cold for a while. I think I'm going to get the steelworks. Let's stock up on resources, and then we can take up and have enough resources to buy all the cool shit that we're going to unlock. 15 hours cooldown on the Book of Laws, then we'll get the fighting arena so that we can get the public house, and later the brothel, because that will cheer people right up, I imagine. The care house, there's one poor guy in the care house with no staff looking after him. This building doesn't need to be staffed. So one poor little amputee in the care house must be bored out of his nut. Maybe Agnes comes to visit him from time to time. Okay, so what do we need in the hothouse? We can have engineers working in there for now, because that's what we've got spare. It's the end of the shift. I think everything's ticking along quite nicely, so we can afford to speed that up. There's 5 people hungry, but they should get fed now that it's the end of the day. All the food's getting eaten up. Oh, these guys are waiting. So you've arrived at the observatory. Looks like they're survivors, so something's amiss at the observatory. Snow covers the precious instruments and the dome is open, letting out a thin column of smoke. Someone's inside. The sun is dimming. Instead of astronomers, we are met by some of our lost people. They explain that they came here for help but found everybody dead. The astronomers continued their observations until they starved. What was so important for them? They wrote it up in their diaries. The loss of sunlight can't be explained solely by the fouling of the atmosphere by the southern volcanoes. The sun is dimming. So we can either escort the survivors to the city, they'll all make it quickly and safely. We can send them to the city on their own, they might get lost and die. Or we can just say, hard luck, and they might or might not make it to our city. I think we'll escort them back. We want to save everyone that we can. And you guys have returned to the city and I've not sent you back out. What a fool. So there's the Lost Expedition. We've been there. We've been to the Sturdy Shelter. That's the other group. So we can either go to the crash site or we can go to the steel bridge. Let's go to the steel bridge. Sounds like it's lashing it down outside. Just if you were interested. Okay, so we're curing our people nicely. We're down to 6 being treated. No one is waiting on treatment. Everyone is in good livable conditions. The one thing we could possibly benefit from is heaters to put in the gathering post to keep people warm whilst they're at work. Maybe that's something that we'll research. Takes 7 hours. Does it take longer? Yeah, it takes slightly longer to research things as you go through the tech tree. So we're up to the end, or rather the beginning now of day 8. And we haven't had any deaths at all, so discontent is relatively low, people just don't like the soup. And hope is high. No bad decisions, no disasters, no deaths. Got more people en route. So who's bringing the people back? So in 5 hours there will be more people. So we should probably build a few more tents for them. We get one little tent in there. Put that tent in there. That might be a bit chilly out there actually. Need another steam hub. Let's just go for that at the moment. And what I'll actually do as well is just change where that road connects. Because I imagine we can remove roads. Is there an option to dismantle a street? Yeah. There we go. So we can fit more stuff in there. Oh, we're full up with wood again. Maybe we can cut back on the wood actually for a while. Or just build another resource depot here.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Which means, no, if you take a couple of people out of this sawmill, we can put them to work in the hothouse. It's all going swimmingly. Now we can introduce a new law. Fighting arena is what I wanted. Let's raise hope even further.
Everyone, new law is signed.
Now the fighting arena, I believe, people like to live near the fighting arena. So as we've got a lot of houses, the fighting arena, does it need to be warm to operate? I wouldn't have thought so. So as we've got a lot of houses around here, it seems to make sense to have the fighting arena around here. Could even slot it in there. It's just hard to tell exactly where we can fit more buildings in. There's quite a few buildings around there. Tents even around there. Oh, decisions. Do we really want the fighting pit next to the care house? I mean, we could put it in here and make this kind of a residential area. Let's just do that, yeah. So we're out of raw food, but that's because it's all been cooked up. We've got the new group here. You guys can be sent back out. So where can you go? You can go to the crash site. Building up that resource depot. Probably just store wood in that as well. You can build the steel works momentarily. So does that need to be next to the iron ore deposit? Yes, it does. So, what does that say actually? Extracts iron ore from deep deposits and processes it to deliver up to 40 steel per standard day. So we can put it on one of these sites. That will destroy the resource. Don't think that's right. Connect that up. Just as the steel wreckage has depleted, which makes this gathering post a bit of a waste of time. Still plenty of trees to be chopped over there. Take the kids off the gathering post. They could work in the hothouse. Okay, fighting arena has built. Hope rises. What do we want to store here? Food rations, maybe? Quite tempted to get another one of these resource huts up here. The sawmill might as well. People working the sawmill. Hopefully you guys are going out there to build the steelworks. Multiple problems. There's no resources. And there's no one gathering the resources. Well, of course not, because there's no resources. So we've got lots of coal, lots of wood. We've just built the the steelworks. Maybe we'll have 2 steelworks. Why not just go balls out on the steelworks? Yeah, why not? We've certainly got the workforce that we need. Tell me we're researching something. Ah, errors, errors, errors. So, we can either get the next tech upgrade, which will let us get a factory, which might be interesting, or we can just continue stockpiling resources and getting those upgrades. With the bunkhouse, I would need to upgrade all the tents, wouldn't I? Or I could start thinking ahead to coal mining. I mean, what are we lacking here? Food rations aren't as high as they could be. We are about to address our problem with the steel situation. Quite tempted actually to get the upgrade, because then we can start getting better gathering posts. We can improve the heating situation in terms of the range that the generator. Yeah, let's just do that for now actually. So if it does get cold, we can heat a larger area using this generator. That does kind of make this steam lab a bit of a waste of time. 3 people hungry, but they'll be getting fed. So it's going to go down to minus 40 degrees soon, and shortly thereafter it'll come back up to minus 30, so it's not too bad. I didn't mean to build a gathering post there. Bollocks. Meant to build another resource depot. Dismantle the gathering post. Yeah, and now whilst you're out there, build me the resource depot that I wanted. These steelworks are quite impressive. We've got the roads out there. Look good. Get a good amount of steel from them. So that needs some workers. It's almost construction's almost completed on the second steelworks. Just top that up with engineers. More engineers than we know what to do with. Got the hothouse out here. It's all going very well. I would have hoped that these steelworks were a lot better insulated. And we should have researched heaters actually. In fact, you know what, I'm tempted to abort that and get the heaters instead. Just to take the chill off of these when the temperature goes down without having to build the steam hubs. I think that's the best way to go. Although I suppose we could just build a steam hub here. Don't have enough steel at the moment, but we could build one here that would cover that whole area, which would include the gathering post with the coal pile. There's still 369 more coal to be harvested from there. What do we want to store? Probably coal for the time being. Okay, so we're now on to day 9 and we'll call it a day at that for this episode. So thanks for watching. If you're following the series, it's probably a good idea to subscribe to the channel and tick the little bell icon and you'll be notified when the next episode comes out, which will be either later on today or possibly tomorrow. So thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.